Next, we have Mr. Kingsley here. He's from the Scarborough Health Coalition, and he's going to share his experience and his thoughts. Please tell me what you can say.
Thank you, Neethan. My name is Kingsley Kwok. I chair a lobbying organization called Scarborough Health Coalition. It's the local chapter of the Ontario Health Coalition, itself a provincial coalition of the Canadian Health Coalition, which has organized this speaking tour, and today we are here. And thank you very much, Neethan, and then thank you very much for attending. It's a nice day out, so you came anyway, so thank you. I won't take too much of your time. I'll just tell you a little bit more about what the Scarborough Health Coalition has done so far, and then where we go from here. Last year around this time, Ontario, the province, asked the two hospitals in the Scarborough part of this city to combine each other, to merge. And then people started wondering, okay, am I going to lose my hospital because what's going to happen to my doctor, and what if I need to get certain services? We didn't know what was going to happen. And in October, we organized 4 town halls in Scarborough and in Ajax, because there are 3 hospitals in Scarborough and a 4th one in Ajax that were affected by this proposal. In November, we organized, it was quite fun that day, right, Kim? We organized a caravan of protest demonstrations in 7 MPP offices in Scarborough, Pickering, and Ajax. We were calling on the government to pay attention and to save our services and stop the cuts. And that was our slogan, stop the cuts, save our services, SOS. Because we were seeing a trend from 5 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, and last year. Every year they were cutting beds, making departments from making them in half, cutting it by half, closing down a clinic that has been in operation for 30 years, seeing patients, and then because of budget reasons, they shut it down and say, you've got to go back to see your arthritis doctor. They closed down the arthritis clinic, and then you're supposed to see the arthritis doctor. And unfortunately, they already have long waiting lists back in their clinic, and that's why we had an arthritis clinic in the hospital. And so on and so on. This is what happened. In November, the hospitals came up with a report to say, yeah, we really want to merge, and there are good things about it, and they want new facilities. In January, they came up with a proposal to say a vision of what they want to be in 10, 15 years' time, a brand new hospital in Scarborough, and an expansion of the hospital in Ajax. Turns out, if you've actually read the Toronto Star and other things, I won't bore you to the details, the hospital wanted millions of dollars to support the merger. And at the end, which was 3 weeks ago, or 3.5 weeks ago, the province finally told the hospitals, we'll give you $3 million to plan for new facilities, but we won't cover your plans to merge. And so at the end, they're not merging. The Scarborough Health Coalition has been calling on the government to say that mergers cost money. You might think that mergers will save money. Lots of people think that. But the hospitals actually calculated that to centralize computer systems and health information systems and various systems. They're all systems. They're just computers and processes. It will take somewhere between $20 to $30 million. So the province wouldn't fund that, and so this has not happened. We've been saying that the whole time, that if the province doesn't fund it, it's going to come out with patient services, and we didn't want that. So that's over. The merger is over. But now a new thing has happened now. It's not that new. 3 years ago, the federal Minister of Finance announced to the provinces out of the blue that in a few years' time, like Michael said, the way the federal government to fund provinces, to fund healthcare, will change. So that health accord, which was a 10-year agreement, expired last Monday. Monday, March 31st, 2014, so about a week and a half ago, and now we enter a new formula. And it's a downward slope. Set amounts of money this year, next year, and then after that, we go along with the growth of the economy, or like Michael said, it will shrink if the economy shrinks. We haven't stopped aging. Drugs haven't gotten cheaper. Technology, every new technology that you get, if it's an iPhone or a hospital gets or a clinic gets, every time a new version comes out, it's more expensive. They haven't gotten cheaper. The only thing that has gotten shorter is they want to discharge you home sooner. Okay? The only thing that is shrinking is if you get sick, they try to get you better and then want to send you home. The only problem is, like some of the speakers already said, they haven't put enough money in home care. They haven't put enough money into physiotherapy. They haven't put enough money into diabetic education. They haven't put enough money in asthma education. So these are some of the things that we're concerned about. So at the federal level, we want all the politicians and you to be aware that the health accord has lapsed, has expired. We don't like this funding formula according to inflation. Growth of the economy, which is good, or if it's not good, then it's according to inflation. And then on the provincial government, here in Ontario, to stop the cuts and save our services. Those are the two arms that our focuses we're working on. There's a provincial election coming, maybe. You hear all kinds of things about corruption and people suing people and stuff. Ask, if you get a politician who actually knocks on the door and wants your vote, ask them about healthcare, because healthcare is actually Ontario's jurisdiction. Okay, what are they going to do about healthcare? And ask them. The Scarborough General Hospital is an older facility. The Scarborough Grace Hospital is a 35-year-old facility. Centenary is a centenary, right? So 1967, about 50 years old. 50-year-old. They all built way back when the population in Scarborough was smaller. I don't know whether you have taken any of your loved ones to the emergency department in the Scarborough Grace or in Centenary. It's pretty full. They need new facilities. So if a politician comes to you for a vote, ask them, are you going to put more money to renovate Centenary or Scarborough Grace or the operating rooms in the Scarborough General? I hope you heard from all the speakers and got some ideas of something that you're interested in. I hope that we told you something that you haven't heard before, that you get some new information from us. Thank you for coming, and I hope you have more questions.